Bon dia. So this morning I was thinking about the monks and how they have very little going on in their minds, and that's why they're able to meditate so easily. They don't fill their minds. They have a very simple life. They're not watching television. They're not listening to heavy metal music. And I think it's all to keep the mind clear. So, in our modern society, we're filling our minds with, music, television, movies, series. And I think it becomes an overload for people. Because the mind is very gullible and it will believe most things. We can see this has happened. The whole world has been programmed into believing whatever the media wants us to believe. Letting go of the need to be right. I was listening to Dan Millman and his Way of the Peaceful Warrior book he published after that. I think it's The Guide. And he mentions that paradox, laughter and change are keys to life. So that paradox, you don't need to be right or wrong. Things are as they are. Smoking. Now, the astronaut who went into space, one of them, he, 2 weeks before going up for the flight, he said, "Nah, I quit this stuff, no more." And he gave everyone he'd blagged a cigarette off a packet of cigarettes and said, "Look, here you go, die." And 2 weeks later, he went off to space and stopped smoking. Now, the paradox for me is that what do they put in modern day cigarettes? Rocket fuel. And I'm not saying all tobacco is bad. I mean, you go to the Amazon rainforest and it's pure. And, you might smoke a very little. Not good to smoke a lot. Or you might have it as a powder form and inhale some through your nose. Or even drink some. And that is its purest form. But what they're putting in cigarettes today, rat poison, rocket fuel, 150 different chemicals. They're purposely trying to make us dumb and make us weak. And, also drugs. They've made it illegal, and yet that sort of makes us want it more, and it's only going to make us more dumb and more sheeple, so they, can hurl us around and decide what they want for us. Yeah. the most important thing, is to love others and not to try and control them. Alright, keep it simple. See you in the next life. Yeah, and I'll leave you with this, that we go to that which we are. So whatever you do or carry in this life, you're going to carry it to the next. You know, if you abuse your body and your mind, that'll carry forward. You know, there's a documentary, I think it's called Lost History, and it shows there was a factory called the Dutch Cocaine Factory, made in Holland at the time of the war, and that supplied all soldiers with coke. And you see their faces, you know, 3 years later after the war, and they look terrible. You know, they look like they've put on 15 years. Their faces are just traumatized, and then they can't get off the addiction. So, yeah, it's very important to do you. And feel your emotions. If you're angry, you know, it's okay to be angry. You know, go and hit a pillow. Don't hit a person. Be upset, cry. Don't slit your wrists. Talk to someone. It's about what we do with these emotions. They say talking makes the air colder. And yeah, just listen to the birds. We don't need to always talk and talk and talk. Anyway, see you soon. Allez, allez, ouch! Allez, allez, ouch!